Hi guys, I'm just another guy named James, and today I'm going to be talking about where I think that Mockingbird, Bobby Morris, I've got a picture of her right here, she's next to Hawkeye, where I think she could have fit into the MCU, and I think she should have gone in Age of Ultron, because in Age of Ultron, the Avengers are, in hiding. They go to Clint Barton's house, and Clint is Hawkeye, and he's married to Mockingbird in the comics. And eventually things get a little bit rocky, but they're married. And then after that, and after she's revealed in Avengers 2 to be Hawkeye's wife, then you could have a solo Hawkeye movie. And that Hawkeye movie could have been about the Hawkeye Limited series. Same basic story. Because in this story, basically, you have Hawkeye who's a freelance agent with a girlfriend, and he basically gets his life destroyed. Like, his girlfriend betrays him, his company is like trying to kill him, and later on, and like they're sending a bunch of assassins after him. Later on, he meets Mockingbird at this point, and Mockingbird's real name is Bobby Morris, so I'll say Bobby or Mockingbird. And they meet, and the way all superhero team-ups go at first, they fight, and at one point Hawkeye has to save her life from, they're in a vat of ice cream, I think. And Hawkeye's giving up on everything because his girlfriend betrayed him. His life's ending around him. But Mockingbird snaps him out of it and he saves her. And then they start fighting these more assassin type people. You have Oddball, who I'm gonna show a picture of. Just give me a second here. And he basically throws little spiked maces at people. And there's also the girl who I forgot her name. Dang it, okay. It's Oddball is the guy. I'm trying to find a good picture. And Mockingbird also sews Hawkeye's new costume in this story. The one that covers his arm and has a darker blue to it. Alright, there we go. That right there, that's Oddball. And he's also got an Oddball works with a girl, and they both work for Crossfire. And Crossfire's big plan in this limited series is to have Hawkeye and Mockingbird fight. He assumes that Mockingbird will win because, so he has this big brainwashing room, and he basically brainwashes Mockingbird and Hawkeye to fight. And he assumes Mockingbird will win because Hawkeye's, he's all about the bow and arrow stuff. But what ends up happening is Hawkeye has some arrowheads in a pouch. And, hang on, real quick, before I say this, he also had the reason that Crossfire wants Hawkeye dead is depicted in this cover, actually, so that all of the superheroes in the world will go to his funeral, and then he'll be able to use this. Again, sorry, I'm sidetracking a lot, but Crossfire is also a mortician, so they would have the funeral in the morgue, and all the superheroes would come to the funeral, and at this funeral, he would use this sound illusion, mind-altering rooms to make them go crazy and start fighting each other. And that's about it. But the way that Hawkeye gets out of this predicament is he keeps arrowheads in these pouches that he has. And he takes out a sonic arrowhead because the way the mind control works is it's sound that affects the brain. And he just, he sticks the arrowhead in his mouth, bites down on it, the arrowhead goes off, and it's the sound of the arrowhead, the sonic screeching sound, is louder than the mind control sound effects. and so he's able to avoid the mind control. Mockingbird isn't, so he has to knock her out, which he feels kind of bad about. And then he goes over to Crossfire, and he beats him. Not pretty easily, too. Like, GG scrub. And, yeah. And then, at the very end, after he defeats Crossfire, Mockingbird kind of starts coming on to him a little bit. But Hawkeye's deaf, so he has no idea what he's saying, so he's just kind of like, goodbye, see you later. And so Mockingbird, and then so here, this is actually a very funny sequence of events. So I'm going to show it. And it's this, where they're talking, Hawkeye walks away, and then in the epilogue it's revealed that they get married, and like they wouldn't have gotten married except Mockingbird goes up to Hawkeye after he walks away from her, because she like poured her heart out to him, and he just like, yep, see you later. And he's just like, Mockingbird's like, what the heck, dude? So she chases after him, and they end up getting married at the end. And I think that would have segued really well with Age of Ultron, because in Age of Ultron, Hawkeye's married and he has a family, you know. But anyway, and actually this whole Hawkeye limited series with Mockingbird flows into the West Coast Avengers, which that's a good comic series. And it's actually one of the only regular. It's the only regular comic series I have all of, and it's really good. Like, yeah, I really enjoy it. And the initial team. Here, I've got a poster right here with everyone on it. I just gotta get my camera back a little bit. There we go. So we have the original 5 of Hawkeye, Mockingbird, Iron Man in his silver armor, which is the best Iron Man armor, by the way, Wonder Man, and Tigra. Tigra is weird. She's like a cat girl. I talked about Wonder Man in my last video, and everybody already knows about Iron Man. And Mockingbird's power set is she doesn't have powers. She's an ex-SHIELD agent, which also would have fit well with the movies. And she has these like 2 staffs that she fights with and hits people with them. It's pretty cool, but anyway, my next video is probably going to be all about the West Coast Avengers because they're awesome. They're great. Alright, anyway, I'm just another guy named James, and I will see you all next time.